So glad that you've joined us on this Saturday morning, October the 14th, 2017. My name is Yvette Dickey, and I am from Monterey, and I will be sharing this morning along with my cohort in crime, no, just kidding, April Reynolds. We do really appreciate that you're on the call because we know you have a lot of options on a Saturday morning, and we know that when you're on this call, you're committed. You're committed to building your business, and you're committed to learning what you can and growing. So we do appreciate you're on the call. So let me start with my story. I'll just show real briefly because we do have a lot of information to go on. My story started with my daughter. She had a lot of sort of IBS issues, back pain and joint pain. And hi, welcome. If you wouldn't mind muting yourself. Thank you. So for the first 13 years of her life, we had done all sorts of things that Western medicine had asked us to do. Allergy specialist with shots a couple times a week. She had gone to a specialist in Davis, gastroenterologist, and I'm sorry to say, but we really weren't getting any real results. She had eczema all up and down her arm. She had constipation her whole life. Sometimes it would go weeks. It was pretty awful. Then at 14, she was taking 4 ibuprofen every 4 hours, followed by Tums and Halls. And so we switched. We did everything Western medicine that we could think of. Chiropractic, laser light therapy, acupuncture, acupressure, Chinese herbs designed just for her. And I list this just so that you understand when I say everything, I really meant everything. And the list went on and on. And we weren't really getting any good results. And so I'd kind of fallen into this, oh, well, this poor kid is just going to have to suffer her whole life. And then someone stepped out of their own comfort zone and decided to share with me about these products. And I have to tell you, extremely skeptical when I first came to a presentation. I don't remember a thing about the presentation, but I do remember all of the stories, and especially one woman's story whose all of her symptoms prior to Relive matched my daughter's. And Quila Buda, I'm so thankful you were there that day because thanks to you and the results that you got and all the other lovely people that were there at the meeting, I really walked away with a can of hope, and I brought it home to share with my daughter in a very short time period. She has gotten amazing results and gotten rid of the joint pain and back pain, and she sleeps through the night. She gets to go to college without all of those issues and obstacles. Thankfully, all the eczema cleared up a long time ago, and all of her constipation is gone. So we are very thankful and very, very grateful for what these products can do in our lives. Since then, organically grew a business. People started to notice change, and we started sharing, and every single month there has been a check in my bank account, which is super helpful because I am a homeschooling mom, and I've had a lot of issues dealing with my son. So I needed to be home and have that flexibility. So I really, really appreciate that by sharing this business, we've been able to have a check and a supplemental income to our family's thing. The next thing, we'd like to open it up and see where everybody's doing in their business. Please share with what's happening in your business right now. We're going to take about 3 people because we want to watch our time so that we respect everybody's morning. Please come on and share.
Hey, Yvette and April. I just want to share a couple things. I don't think that she's on the call this morning, but when we had conference back in July, Chris Phillips out of Idaho Falls, we planned an event, and this wasn't about me. This is about what she's done, but she started working hard for that event, and I went in about a month ago, and what's happened is working up to that and continuing to work from what we did, she sponsored 6 people this month. She's probably going to have 5 master affiliates coming in this month. And she's already got, 6 or 7 quick starts. And it just goes to show of just really being consistent. And then also, you never know what's going to happen in your business. We had a person reach out to us in our organization that their sponsor's inactive and they want to build a business. And you just never know. People that hang out for a long time, all of a sudden, the timing is everything. That's why when we look at people and we work with them, you have to always treat people with kindness, and just don't give our opinions, but listen to, just be polite, and it's amazing what can happen. And April, I do hope that you share your success because you had a great week too.
I will.
All right.
Thank you, Quila. Thanks for sharing. I hope that we all will see that effort start avalanching. Thank you. Is there anyone else?
We're on the phone. We've had a great week. Robert and Lauren. We have to star 6?
Yay, sure.
Oh, I was like, wait, I didn't hear anything, so I was like, I didn't think we should star 6. I can kind of second kind of what Quila was saying. We've got a lot of fun momentum heading in the right direction. With a distributor who has kind of just been taking the products and always had goals and wanted to do the business, but just has life's gotten in the way or whatever, and texted me this week and said, me and my husband are on board. Like, we want this to happen. We want this to be our supplemental income. I believe Terry should be on the call. She said she was able to get on, so she's listening in. She's a newer distributor in our organization, and she's just on fire. Can't stop her. She's amazing. And then we had somebody new come to our Tuesday night, and actually not even new. She's another one who's come back from years and years and years ago, just through the excitement of Terry and Christina and me at work. She just said, I think I can do this. And so she reached out to me and said, are you still meeting on a weekly basis? And wanted to come out and just wanted to get her life back and not struggle financially. And she's got dreams and goals. And so, it's just been a whole lot of fun building with this excitement that everybody's got.
That is so fantastic. You guys are such awesome leaders, and the fun that you guys have. I remember when Robert did his training a while back, and he talked about his mission statements, and one of them being that we just really have fun. And I love that ignites fire, and people want to join fun. So I love that. Thanks for sharing, Lauren.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Terry is actually here. Thanks, Lauren.
Yay!
Yay! I wanted, Lauren and Robert are amazing. I don't think that I would have had as much confidence as I do right now if it weren't for them. I was super excited because I have gotten to meet so many fabulous people, but the amount of people that I have been able to share Relive with has just begun to grow since I've finally just got my first super PAC. And so today is day 3 for my husband and I on this. And I shared that we were starting, and now I've had people come to me and say, hey, what are you doing? I want to learn more. So I actually have somebody that I have to talk to today about it. I talked to somebody yesterday. So I'm just super excited about everything that Relive can do for my family and everybody else. And I'm just very thankful that this opportunity came my way. And I'm thankful that Lauren didn't give up on me.
Oh, that's fantastic. So proud of you.
If I can chime in,
Lauren, come on.
With tears in my eyes. That's so beautiful. Thank you, Terry, for saying those kind of things. But what she's doing is she's doing an incredible job of being visible. And I have to applaud her for that. That's basically what she's doing. She's being very visible, and people are noticing, and people are excited and following her excitement.
So Terry, what are you doing to make yourself very visible? I created my own, I created my own Facebook group, and it's called Relive Now, Not Later.
Oh, that's great.
And Tom and Richard actually said that they liked it. They said it was very clever, and it was just something that came to my mind. And then I've been posting on Facebook. I actually, when I first got my product, I went live on Facebook at 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, hey, this is day 1 of me and my husband using Relive Now, and I just shared the benefits of everything and said, if you're curious about what I'm doing, let's talk, and I'll be more than happy to share with you. So day one, I did 2 Facebook Lives, one at the beginning of the day, one at the end of the day. And I just post a little bit here and there, not everything, just enough to get people engaged and go, what is this? And then I can talk with them that way. But I just put it out there because that's really the
So
only way.
once you do these Facebook Lives, then people gain some interest, and then they decide to join your Facebook group, and that's the Relive Now Not Later.
Yeah. What I've been doing is one of my friends, Sonia, that I'm actually going to be calling today, she said, hey, send me the information. And I messaged her privately and said, I have tons of information that I could send you, but it would be much easier if we could talk on the phone. When are you available? And that's just something that Lauren and Robert taught me. So I'm taking what my teachers are teaching me and applying it.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That's great. All right. Well, thanks everyone for sharing. I'd like to introduce you to April Reynolds, who is going to be taking away from now for a little bit. And April lives in Houston, and she's an amazing woman with a big heart. And I would just love to have her share her story and do the next section.
Thank you so much, Yvette. As you said, I'm April Reynolds. I'm from Houston. I've been with Relive for over 4.5 years now. And with Relive, I got in for a business. So I thought, well, since I am in Relive for business, I should take the products. And I just felt that I was healthy. I thought, well, it's just a good idea to take them. But little did I know what effect it would have on me. I got great help with arthritis, trigger finger. I got through shingles without the ongoing pain that can go on for months or years, a lot of times even after they heal up from the main outbreak of the shingles. I was able to resolve an irregular heartbeat, but what has me really excited right now is Fit 3. I am down, 18, 19 pounds since February and lost 17 inches. And a little bit later in our presentation, I'll go into some ways that I'm kind of putting visibility of Fit 3 out there in front of our community and helping them to kind of see what this could do for them. But before I get into that, I want to just touch base quickly on our the Relive opportunity and the comp plan. The thing that is so good about the opportunity is we have low startup costs compared to expensive franchises that are way over the top from what many of us could manage with our finances. There's no risk because there's a 100% money back guarantee, and you're able to flex and work when you want, where you want. And I know for the people who are in the Houston area and several other areas that have been affected by natural disasters, flooding, hurricanes, fires and stuff, a lot of times people are in a position where their workplace got damaged to the point that they can't work. I had a friend who had just bought a new house, the first house she'd owned. She's a young widow. She's got 3 kids. And she had bought a house, was working, and the place got flooded out here. And then she was without a job. And then they said, well, we can hire you on part-time or go into another facility. And she's like, I've got 3 kids to support and a house payment. What am I going to do? Whereas this gives a really great opportunity for people to be able to go in and work wherever they are and the hours that they can work so that they don't have to be at the mercy of whatever happens in their area. Now, hopefully most of us won't be impacted by something major like that, but things do happen, and this is a great way to do it. You don't have to worry about bosses, employees, support team. In Relive, there are 5 ways to make money: retail, wholesale, overrides, cash bonuses and trips, and then also kind of the capstone of all the ambassador program. And we're just going to briefly touch on each of those. So when you retail, you are selling to people around you, friends, neighbors, relatives. Really, everyone is a potential customer because people from, babies clearing up to elderly people can benefit from taking our products. And depending upon what point they're coming in on, if they're a wholesale customer or a retail customer just straight up, when you sell $100 worth of product, you'll make anywhere between $10 and $40. Next slide.
I'm trying. Hang on.
Okay.
It's stuck. Hang on.
I had that happen to me recently, so just kind of
Oh.
there we go. So when you wholesale, then here again, depending upon where people come in at, you can be making, if someone's a 10% preferred customer and they buy product from you because you got it at a 40% discount, you'll earn that 30%, and then you can go through and see the other percent so you can earn amounts of money. And the stair steps here show the different discount levels or profit levels that people can have, going from 10% profit level all the way up to a 40% profit level. Below each step shows the different amounts of what you would need to buy at retail value. Like, for instance, if somebody comes in and gets a super pack or gets a fit kit, then that's a $500 value. But they don't pay $500. They pay $500 minus the 25% discount. And you can get to where you can really maximize your profit by getting in at that master affiliate level, the 40% level. And the more you sponsor, the more you're going to increase your volume. And the higher volume you have, you get a higher profit. And really, master affiliate is where a lot of people like to be, because that's where it unlocks the residual income. I mean, we have residual bills that come up every month over and over and over again. So why not have income that comes in over and over and over again? People consume the products, they month after month, and with those overrides, you get really unlimited potential for income. It's up to you how much energy and focus you want to put in your business. How much do you want to see that income go up? So here's just a quick overview. You, as a master affiliate, MA standing for master affiliate, you have a friend, Susan. You sponsor Susan. And because you're coaching her and working with her and helping her understand how to do her business, then the volume that she earns, you will get 8% of that. And then she sponsors Jim. And Jim is working with Susan, but Susan is still kind of learning the ropes, and so you're kind of helping guide her to guide Jim. And so you will get 6% of what his group volume is, plus the 8% of Susan's group, and then the volume from your group. So that, that continues to add up clear 5 levels down. And so, all the way down, you're continuing to earn additional money, and that feeds into that residual income. Now here's just a quick overview of how you can take that concept and use the power of multiplication. If you are sponsoring, say you have 3 people that are master affiliates under you, and they each do $200 or $2,000 worth of volume, that's $6,000 worth of volume. And you're going to multiply that by the 8% that you're going to get by helping each of those 3 people. That's $480 right there in 1 month. How many people would be so benefited and blessed by having almost another $500 in their family's budget in a given month and having that happen month after month? Well, each of those people on that first level, say they sponsor 3 people who've decided to go master affiliate, then that would be a total of 18,000 volume, and that would be times the 6%, because here again, you're still kind of supporting and reaching out and training, and that would be $1,080. That's not including already the $480. So that is right there, like $1,500 a month. And then this chart can go on and on down the different 5 levels, and you can see by the end of the 5th level, you could potentially, on this kind of a scenario, if these numbers were all even, each person getting 3 master affiliates, you could end up with over $18,000 a month. Now, some people make way more than that. Some people make less. It just depends upon how much work you're willing to put in and how much you learn to tweak and adjust and get to where you feel like is the way for you to get the word out and be better at your business and understanding how to reach out. I really applaud Terry. I mean, she's found a very effective way to get, exposure to other people, to have them be drawn in and say, well, what is this? No. For her, Facebook group is, right at the get-go, bam, she's hitting the ground running. Somebody else might find a booth is more effective. Somebody else might find opportune moments or calling people on the phone or a combination thereof. However you work it, there is amazing potential. And as you continue to move forward with your skills and with your outreach to people, there are all kinds of additional bonuses on top of the money. There are cash bonuses that come up. There are trips that are just amazing that you can come, not only to have the fun of going on a trip, but you go with other people who have also been able to push themselves to be able to get new heights to their business, and you are able to share that time with them. There's a Star Director bonus that continues to reward you for additional percentages when you get more master affiliates. And so it's just a great additional level of being able to get benefits from the company. And then what I mentioned before, the ambassador program. The ambassador program is when you have shown a level of achievement that the company can tell you are really dedicated. You know how to do this. And you are now of a caliber and have the knowledge that you can reach out and help other people. In fact, you're paid to help other people. You get additional travel, additional recognition, additional cash bonuses. It's a great thing to be able to set your sights on. So really, Relive has what people need most: personal freedom, financial security, optimal health, and that's what we can offer people. So your next step is to talk to the person who shared Relive with you today, or if you are the one sharing, you can talk to the next person down and offer them a chance to see what is their time worth. Are they looking at being a master affiliate, a distributor, a customer? Any one of those is right, because we know whatever level they get in, they will benefit, and so will you.
Awesome
Yvette?
job. Awesome job, April.
Thank you.
So, moving in, how do we succeed with Relive? We're going to move through some of these slides quickly because we want to focus a little bit more on Ask today. But so to succeed with Relive, we have the 5 fundamental steps. And as we do each one of those every day with new people, and we plug them into the Relive system with the business cycle, the corporate support, and daily activities. The only way to fuel your business, we keep picking on Terry because she so graciously exposed herself, is because with new people. With new people, you are doing each of these activities every day. So let's, it's sticking again. Sorry. There we go. So with the circle of success, we have the first: identify, connect, share the story, ask for a decision, register and go, and really follow up. And with almost each one of these, you do a little bit of follow-up. But these are daily activities that you should be doing with new people at different points in your walk with them every day. So let's kind of break down each of these. Identify. So identify. You're already thinking of people in your mind as you hear stories, as you think about business, as you've heard April talking. You're thinking about people, so you need to make a list of them. They can be in circles of influence, say your church, say your sporting activities you do, things like that. I'm going to show a little slide. I'm going to support our ISCAR. So when you're doing that, please write them down. You could write down your circle of influence that you were thinking of them. Even when you're trying to create a list, just start writing them down, because I don't know about you, but in my life, it's very, very pulled in many, many directions, and I'm sure you all are in this day and age. And so I might think about them for a second, but then I might forget. So you know the old saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, the pen is mightier than my memory. So I have to write them down so that I can retrace and go back, because as I'm following through with people, I want to keep this list going. And please write down why you thought of them, because when you contact them, that would be the point of why you're connecting with them, is your why. And don't put it off. Connect with your first 5 people today. And when you're working with a downline, help them connect with their first 5 people that day. It helps build that momentum and the excitement. They can hear the enthusiasm in your voice. I mean, you always have people to talk to. You meet people in the grocery store. You might meet someone in the grocery store and it triggers your mind to think of someone else. Okay, then connect. Review those prospects. Decide those first 5 that you're going to connect with them. And what do you say? Share your excitement. Share your genuineness. Share why you thought of them. What in your mind triggered your call? Was it about business? Was it about product? Is it something they're dealing with? And then you're kind of showing that you're aware of their life and that you care about them. Use the company tools to validate them. And all of this is, don't overload them with too much information. It's just about getting enough information, like Terry said, hey, when's the next time we can connect to talk about this? And then you're going to set an appointment. Some examples of this are, hey, Kathy, I know your health is a priority. I'm working with a company that would really help you. When can we get together? And I love the IXR. I'm really going to reference this because I'm not sure if we're using it too much, but it's a great tool that Relive has created for really helping us. There's how to connect by the phone, how to connect online, other ways to connect, and it has lots of brief examples. And as you're talking to people, if you hear something, someone says, oh, I like that line, or oh, like that intro, just write it down, jot it down. And then you'll find your own voice in being able to have those opening sentences, have those lines. You won't fluster as much. And then listen. Listen to what they say when you're talking to them. Use your tools and stories to validate again. And April.
Then you share the Relive story. Share your story, your why, your belief, your heart. I think it's so important that we share in a real genuine way. I know I had someone that I know got really stressed out when she would try to call people, and she sounded very sing-songy and just kind of unnatural. And I thought, we need to help the distributors we're working with relax and say, there's nothing unnatural about this. That's the most thing you have within yourself, everything you need, and that's your heart, your belief, your why. And just be really genuine and authentic with the people, and people can tell that they're coming from a place where you really care. And does that guarantee they're going to get in? No. But it will definitely let them know you're getting in, you're offering this to them because you do care about them, because you see that they have things that could really be benefited from it. And maybe the timing is now, maybe the timing is later. But as you share with them from your heart, they'll be able to tell that it's something that maybe would be worth looking into, whether it's now, whether it's later. That's up to them. And share the whole Relive story, the products, the business. There's different presentation tools available, the opportunity books, slides, videos. There's, of course, the online version of relive.com, Get Started, and webinars. And make sure you introduce people to your upline and to other Relive stories. I think we all know the stories just make such a difference. And I know for some time I struggled in trying to help people understand about the Relive story, or about the importance of stories, and people say, no, you don't have to convince me, I got it, but I've come to realize it's not, I've tried to say, well, I'm not trying to convince you, but they really felt that I was. But I think when people realize you're sharing because it will help them learn, sometimes something that somebody shares in a story helps them to grab onto kind of a tweak of something they can do to their products, or something that they're struggling in their mind, like, why do I have to take it this many times a day? Why do I have to take this much? And it's not something that maybe they're willing to share with you, but when they hear it from somebody else, they're like, oh, so you struggle with that too? What did you do? How did you get through this or this or this? And then they start realizing the value of it. Now, when you share the Relive story, you help new people engage, both engage themselves and engage who they know. There's just so many different ways that you can share it in Relive meetings and events, in home parties, webinars, conference calls, like we mentioned, the upline, distributors, sideline distributors. I know many of you on the call we've connected with before, and it's really nice to know how we can benefit and bless each other. As I can share, like for instance, Robert was available to share for me yesterday, and then and I was available to share for Lauren the night before. Now, interestingly enough, both cases, the individual that we were trying to get in touch with was not able to be connected with. But just knowing you can call and someone say, hey, I've got someone that I'm going to be trying to share with. tomorrow or in the next half hour, would you be available? It's just really nice to know that we have people you can call on for that sort of thing. And video tools, you don't have to know it all, but just be honest. Use Reliv's built-in system to educate and validate. Now, the next slide, you can move on to the next one, is something that I think it's, yep. This is something, whoop, too far. This is something I did this week, and I just wanted to share with you guys. I've actually done 2 in the last month. I've done 2 health fairs specifically centered around Fit3. And this particular one, I did this last Wednesday. It was a booth that I offered at a NASA Health and Safety and Health Fair. And it's interesting how things come around that actually the director of the NASA Safety and Health program originally a couple years ago got products for her husband, got impatient about some detoxing things and said, I don't want to do this anymore. But it's interesting how things come around. That could have been really discouraging to me. But I started thinking about Fit3, and I thought, I know she mentioned that she was very, very busy putting on these health fairs each year. And so I decided to contact her this summer. And she said, oh, actually it turns out like the deadline was that day or the previous day, but since she had that kind of familiarity with me, and I refreshed her memory and said, hey, I told you I'd get information to you later. Here's some interesting information about ALS. And by the way, when is your health fair? She goes, you know what, let me just get you an application. We'll just scoot you right on in. What is your product? And so I told her it was focusing on a healthy lifestyle. And I said, as a health and safety director, how important, a healthy lifestyle is with exercise, with eating properly and stuff. She goes, great, you're in. So this is a booth I put together. Highly successful. I got like almost 90 leads off of that. 50 of them are people that said, yes, I definitely want more information. The others were people that were entering into a drawing that I had for some Fit3 related products and so on. But even those people, I'm going to send a follow-up email saying, hey, you didn't win the drawing. But, this is something, I applaud you for your interest in looking into a healthy lifestyle. If you're interested, let's take a look, and I can let you know, what we have to offer. So be creative. Use your resources of what's in your community. I know the Penguins use, they have kind of a lot of Disneyland stuff going on. So wherever your life situation is, find things to plug into and find something that will work for you to share the Relive story.
Wow, April, that's fantastic. And I know people are going to have questions for you later. So booths are such an awesome, awesome way to connect with the community and share what we have. So thank you for doing that. I wish my computer would stop freezing. I know it wants to advance. Come on. Come on. All right, I'm going to have to escape. Now escape doesn't want to work.
On Saturday, I understand. Computers can get temperamental sometimes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's you. I just tried to put in a comment and it's not taking it. It might just be the system. So
okay, well, we're going to try.
So I just go ahead and do the recording and just talk, and then hopefully maybe it'll unstick or something.
Okay. Well, I think you guys can see it now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Seems to be moving no? I think he means
yes.
On. Okay.
We were on ask for a decision.
Yeah, hang on. When you go back to slideshow it. Thanks, guys, for your patience. Appreciate it a lot. So, asking for a decision. So, we're going to focus here a lot today on this aspect. So, first thing is, be prepared to do your business. Have your products, your tools with you at all times. Maybe a super pack, maybe your Fit3 kit, the sales tools like a flyer for this or a flyer for that. I like to bring shaker cups too because they don't come in the packs when the people get them. So a lot of people actually really like this shaker cup. And what I like is if they take it to work or something, it's kind of free advertisement. So that's kind of fun. Have a recommended order for each option. If they're looking at, interest in this, I print up ahead of time an order as if they were going to do a 25%, a 30, a 35, or a master affiliate order. I have that ready so they can look at the different choices for that. The other thing I've found that I like about that is when they do decide, it's already printed for them as far as an order, and so it's really easy for them to do their order online because it's written right out for them in the same format. So they kind of like that. Be ready to help them register with either the paper form, the online form, the master affiliate application form, which is awesome, which I don't know that, anyways. So you've shared the story, you are prepared. And remember, this is your business, and they're watching you to confirm your credibility. So here's the thing. If you don't ask your prospect for a decision, they probably won't make one. And let's talk real briefly about why we hesitate at this point. Fear. Where is your fear stemming from? I know you believe in the products, right? And of course the company, so that leaves us. The fear of rejection. The fear we won't know enough. The fear we will come across as if we're asking for money. Really? So really we need to look at fear for what it really is. It's a false evidence appearing real. The truth is you are good enough. And the real truth, it's really not about you or me. It's about them. You're merely sharing info and choices. You know what you have, right? So why not share it? And yes, you are selling something. Aren't you glad that someone sold you this so that your lives could be changed, your income could be changed? I'm certainly am. The reason that the saying is true, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person or the right thing to the wrong person, is because it is. It's true. And also, it's not about us or our capabilities. It's often about timing. Tom Pennick was visiting recently here in Pleasanton and doing a conference, and he talks about having more no's than anyone else, right? And he talks about his next-door neighbor who he asked, and then they gave it away to Mindy Jones, and they didn't become a distributor. Heck no, no way, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on. Well, how many years later now, that actual person just recently signed up. And they actually asked Tom, how much money do you think I lost because I didn't sign up at that time with having Mindy Jones under me? I mean, could you imagine? Anyways, so getting back to that. So you're going to ask them, and you say, you've heard a lot of info. What interested you the most about what you saw? Is it the products, the business, or both? Hang on, let me get back to my notes. I'll get back to that. So then, just listen. Don't speak. And that's where I actually get caught up having trouble with the awkward silence. And you want to ease the quiet, right? Either make a joke or, help them, and just don't. I've learned over time. Don't. Just let them. It's a lot to process. They're scanning their life, their needs, to see where this may fit for them or what they need. So be quiet, but be ready to answer their questions. You need to be ready also to accept their answers. You don't need to know all the answers. You could say, hey, that's a great question. Let me ask my sponsor. Because then you're borrowing from the strength of your upline. And it shows we have support. It sets up an example that they don't have to know everything themselves. So when they ask questions, keep it simple. Don't overwhelm them because it's a lot to take in. Whether they talk about they're interested in the business or whether they talk about they're interested in the products, I do the same thing. I'm going to flip around a little bit here. This is one of my favorite tools because whether they say they're interested in the business or the products, I go back to the same thing. I review their options, like going back to the stair steps, and show them what their options are. You could review this decision tool with them. It really explains what your time is worth. It's not about convincing or cajoling. You're sharing the advantages of positioning yourself at the greatest point of savings or the greatest point of profit. You explain about the 100% money-back guarantee for products and any open cans for businesses. So really, what is it that they're really losing? And you can guide them with what are their choices. Do they want to be a customer, a distributor, a master affiliate? And because you've already written out those options, they can see the savings differences as well as the stair step that you've explained. Be careful, though, at this point to not make decisions for them. Listen to what they've said about what their needs are, where they are. Are they interested in the product because they have a health issue? Are they interested in the business because of what their needs? Write those things down and remember to include them when you're talking to them again about how this will benefit them, how this will fit into their plan of what they need. Revisit the comp plan, like I said, but with their goals in mind. And then help them say, hey, let's get started. Don't wait for them to, occasionally they have to, I think Quila said that Becky had to call her back, but most people don't need to call you back. They want a decision. They can make a decision right then. And don't forget to ask, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know who would be interested in this? Who do you know who could benefit from this? And then you're setting up their list too. So anyways, there's ask for a decision. April?
Okay, so then after they've made that decision, you register them and go. Follow up with consumers, help them with their product regime. I know there was somebody I was working with that was elderly, and she misunderstood, and she would take one shake with the Now and then follow up immediately with another shake with the Energize. And she's like, I just can't get all this in my stomach all at once. And she's, and I realized that she had misunderstood. I said, no, you put it all together. So make sure that they understand, what seems to be, just really easy for us, they may not fully understand. So make sure they're taking it correctly, follow up with stories, and look to move them up. Here's some samples of, on day 1, day 3. It doesn't have to be hard and fast like that, but just follow up and help them consistently know that you're working with them to help them get the results they're looking for. And importantly, as Yvette had mentioned, ask them, who do you think could benefit from these products or this business opportunity? Use just common sense of what feels appropriate and natural, and adjust for each person as you feel is proper. And then help set your distributors up to succeed. Bam, 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 we're going through this fast, right? Help them take immediate action. Identify, building a list, connect, who are we going to call first. Share the story and see about setting up those first appointments with that person. And review the basics with the person. They're looking to do the business. Help them understand how to run a Relive business, how to order, how to register people, how to navigate Relive.com. The whole distributor kit, getting started on Relive.com, working with your upline. Here again, these things are natural to us, but for someone who's new, they're just trying to absorb it all. So be patient with them. Work them through step by step so they can understand how to use the Relive system. Of course, we have plenty of tools. My goodness, the lifestyle magazines, which are phenomenal. We have brochures. The one in the middle is one of my favorites, Your Health Equals Your Genetics Plus Lifestyle. What if you could influence both? Because a lot of people think, I'm stuck with my genetics. Lifestyle's all I can do. But to know that they can be empowered to potentially do something that could affect both, it's pretty exciting. Of course, there's the blog. There's online tools, videos. It's so much that we can pull from that Relive has offered to us. Do what feels right to you. And yay, we've got the Puerto Vallarta Challenge. And here again, it's still going. There's still time. We are, mid-October now? There's still plenty of time between now and December to get your people in to get those 10 quick starts or up from quick start, and have 5 people be master affiliates. It could be 5 of those 10. It could be other people that are lower levels in your business that move up to a master affiliate. And we would just be so excited if we could see all of us on this call there at Puerto Vallarta. That would just be an amazing experience. So set your sights on the goal and push to see what you can do to make that happen. And then, of course, we know the Relive Live is coming up. That will be in April in Anaheim in 2018 and in Orlando in October. Just exactly a year from yesterday and day before. So some people will go to one or the other. Some people may say, you know what, I need that punch of enthusiasm. I'm going to go to both. So set your sights on it. Start looking for tickets. Encourage those people that are signing up under you to say, listen, you want to catch a vision of what this company is like and what it can do? You got to be there. You got to be there. It's just great. And just an important thing to keep in mind, evidently, November 1st, Relive prices are changing. They're going to go up a little bit. And shipping changes. There'll be a slight, evidently, reduction in shipping costs at the same time. So I am not, I don't have any more details as far as are all the products going to go up or some? I don't know if, Quila, if you're at liberty to give us any little hints about that, or if we just have to keep it in mind and make our best guess and encourage people, if you're thinking you want to order sometime soon, you might want to jump in and order before the end of the month. And then here is the Relive system. I thank Yvette for going in and adjusting this because it used to be called MAT School. And now we have the BLTs for the business leadership trainings that go on. We have the regional conferences and with the Relive Live. And then, of course, we have the daily activity that Yvette went over before, in-home presentations, meetings, three-way calls, webinars like this. And then the corporate support, which is so awesome for us, our Monday story calls, product calls, webinars, relive.com, getting started. All this is fueled with new people. So engage your team. Develop a library of stories so you can, connect up with people. And you don't necessarily want to always match up, well, this person has this same exact health condition, so I'm going to match them up with all stories that have to do with the same thing. No, have them have a variety. You might want to connect up with someone who has the same occupation, someone who is around the same age, someone who you feel like just their personalities would connect. And use those different tools within the Relive system. And there's a lot of different ways, whether it's on calls like this, you hear somebody mention something, or you can hear things on other recorded calls, or somebody's mentioned, oh man, I just worked with someone who had great results with such and such. Really, would you think that you could introduce them to me and take some notes so you can enter it into whatever system you have, whether it's written or many of us do it on the computer, so you can get yourself familiar with it and be able to move forward with it. And then also to build, ambassadors, you build relationships, and you continue, duplicate. We go through the whole process all over again of helping to reach our goals and helping to realize what people need to do to get to that next level. And then think about who is next. Who can I go out and reach out to be able to identify, connect, share the story, ask for a decision, register, and go. So that's our training. I hope you have learned a lot. I hope you've enjoyed it and are motivated to take whatever you've learned from this and the enthusiasm you have within yourself already and make it a great Relive Day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for being patient with all of the technical difficulties.
Thank you for the great training.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting so much time and effort into this morning for all of us. You guys did a great job.